Kasetsu, the samurai, may still be alive. Alright. Let me just withdraw from that. I'm gonna do some more story now. I took a little bit of break from story because I was trying to get all the add-on quests that I could, which are gonna take a while for me to complete anyways. Just want to make sure the audio is okay. The audio seems okay. I haven't streamed in I don't know, say about a week. I want to keep streaming this game though. Excuse me. So, okay, this is a side quest. Actually, I want to speak to Alice. So the thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying not to miss anything that may be a side quest here. So I want to get as much story out of this as possible. It's a little hot in my room, so I have the fans on, but I shut the one facing me off. Oh. Little Namazu. Oh, I learned an emote. Greeting. Green tea set. I love rice cakes. Haven't had one in a while. Too much sugar. Amongst the many treats, I like coconut buns, rice cakes, Japanese cheesecakes. Tempura ice cream. You find a lot of that stuff in this game. Even before they had this whole section in Stormblood. I love this track. I'll pay. Oh, there goes the wandering minstrel. If you ever want to know who created this game, there he is right there, Naoki Yoshida. Naoki Yoshida in avatar form. He is the wandering minstrel. And if you played this year's Rising event, you get to actually talk to the man through a dream sequence. It's really cool. Ah, who should stand before me but the hero who shattered the shackles of oppression in Doma and Alamigo both. In spite of your burgeoning fame, I am honored that you should willingly share your precious time with this humble minstrel. If I may ask, how are you enjoying the Far East? With its many charms, it is an easy place to like indeed. It holds a special place in my heart. You might even say it is a second home to me. Often as I find myself here in my endless quest for verse, and on this particular visit, the proprietor of this theater chanced to hear me perform and took a shine to my work. One thing led to another, and a number of my songs were adapted for the stage. Such are the crowds they have drawn. I have since been commissioned to write pieces for a new production. This is not to brag, mind you. Nay, far from it. For though I am glad for the approval, the truth is, I have been struggling to summon forth the inspiration with which to fuel my creativity. But of course, your recent exploits could well provide me with the inspiration I need. Such events you must have witnessed, such emotions experienced, in your struggle to liberate Doma and Alamigo from the clutches of the Empire. Though the tales have been doing their rounds, there is no substituting a first-hand account. Nay, I would see from the eyes of he who stood in the thick of it, and know the depths of his heart. I shall remain in Kagane while I compose my pieces for the Mujikoza. Whenever you can spare a moment, I ask that you regale unto me your recent adventures, and I shall see to it they are immortalized within these halls. Okay. Talk about Lakshmi, talk about Susanoo. Shinryu. Let's skip right to Shinryu. Shinryu, a being of pure violence, born of the torment of they who died for their homeland. Those souls had longed for the power to smite the Empire. Little would they have imagined that its power would assume such a form, nor that it would fall into the enemy's hands to become the ultimate obstacle to freedom. Bound to the will of Xenosieg Alvis, a pitiable man who feels not safe when at the edge of death. The power to smite, the power to save, a desperate man did direly crave. High though the price, in full he did pay, creating a god where his dead body lay. The power to rise, the power to vie, a lonely man did madly desire, forsook his flesh, for such was the toll, binding to a god. Here we have two men who sought power, but for different reasons. One wished to deliver his homeland from tyranny, the other wished to fill the void of his solitude. Yet, even should they achieve this goal, would they truly find peace? I suspect that only they would know the answer. Now you, my friend, you will continue your fight, will you not? I pray that you will again regale me with such accounts of your experiences, for as brightly as a hero's tale shines, it is not without its shadows. It is my duty, I feel, to share both the world, the stirring and the sorrowful. Okay, we unlocked what I assume is Shinryu Extreme. And something weird just happened with my headphones. Let's look at it. Shinryu's domain. Oh, so this is different. This is much different. Let's talk about Susano. Ah, you have a new tale for me. Wonderful. A clash against the kami of legend. The words fairly write themselves, yes. This would adapt very well, indeed, for the stage, and I dare say even the Kojin would come to watch. As this song is about you, however, 'tis only meet that you are the first to hear it. Lend your ears, then, to the tale of your furious encounter with Susano, Lord of the Revel. Upon eastern seas, three treasures join to birth a kami great, whose sacred blade strikes awe in hearts and cleaves the land in straits. From western lands a challenger comes, a hero from afar, whose radiant blade sets souls ablaze and outshines the very stars. So was I able to capture Susano's stormy grandeur. I drew upon my imagination to create more evocative imagery, but it should more or less line up with your experience. Somewhat stormier than you recall. Well then, that makes it just right. Upon the stage, storytelling takes on a different dynamic, you see, and it is common practice to favor the grandiose. But with your rousing tale at its heart, I have no doubt that the play will be received with no less than a standing ovation. Okay, Pool of Tribute Extreme now available. And finally, Lakshmi. What stirring tales have you today? To lose her beloved daughter not once but twice, first to the Emperor and then to the Primal's false promise. 'Tis all I can do to imagine the Quelana's elder's grief. And as if she had not lost enough, unable to bear the reality, she chooses to flee from it by making an offering of her soul to the Primal. 'Tis a tragedy to rend hearts. My apologies, Auric. I know full well that I asked you for a tale, but so private and intense a sorrow should not be made the subject of amusement. However, I would honor the memory of the departed with a verse. For her daughter's life a mother mourned, but from the flesh her soul was torn. For her daughter's smile a mother yearned, now from a dream she may ne'er return. Forgive me if I have awakened unpleasant memories. Liberties may be taken in tale-telling, but it cannot wipe away such sorrow that has taken root in one's heart. Nay, no more than abiding in a dream will change reality. Even so, we may pray for wounds to heal and scars to fade, and so, pray I shall, for the Quelana, for the Kaliana, for all those who grieve, that they may one day know peace. Okay, we got Emanation Extreme, Pool Extreme, and Shinryu. I'm also trying to participate in some kind of event that I signed myself up for, but we'll see how that goes. Oh man. So Yotsuyu seems to have lost her memory. Gosetsu's trail leads to the sea. Alright. Sorry I got sidetracked with that wandering minstrel side quest stuff, but I want to get that stuff out of the way, so I have it for later. Speak with Sarban at Pier 2. This is a very big place. I thought Ishgard was the biggest place. Well, not Ishgard, but Ul'dah. And then along came Kugane. Okay. You know what? I made a foolish mistake. I went the wrong way. I wish you could ride mounts in towns. So, looks like Gosetsu's laying low. Which makes sense. So it's going to sink me to level 70. I haven't been leveling very much because I've been doing all this questing. And I know that I'm far from where I need to be in the story.
Right. I suggest we begin by learning what we can from the sentries. What's going on out there?
Travelers, are you? You may wish to postpone your plans. The Garleans have launched an attack on the Confederacy. We have no reason to believe they'll turn their attention here, but for your own safety, I suggest you return to Kugane.
The Garleans bear no love for the Confederacy, but with Doma lost to them, why would they attack? Unless...
Unless Yotsuyu is on that island.
Even if she isn't, our allies are under attack and they need our help.
We will help them, while you remain with Soroban. Arguing will only delay us. Is that clear?
Fine, but you haven't heard the last of this.
Soroban, we may need to make a swift exit. See that the boat is ready to sail at a moment's notice.
It shall be done.
Ninja Turtle.
What, and you're going to swim there, are you?
'Tis the quickest way, and you may rest assured I've been practicing. Yeah!
Come.
Time to get wet.
An opening. Your defense is lacking. Leave this to me.
Hey, Tansui is here. Yes, I'm here for the old man.
Lady Yotsuyu, we're here to rescue you. Please, come with us.
Stay back, Tsuyu.
Are you all right?
Is he all right?
Gosetsu!
Damn it, we took too long. Change of plan. Eliminate hostiles. All forces, attack!
You know something? I actually, in a way, I feel bad for the Garleans because they really are trying to do a noble thing. Although their way of going about it is not very noble. And of course, they're the Empire of this Final Fantasy, so of course they're gonna be the bad guys. But I always feel bad when we have to kill the Garleans because, you know, I feel like the Warrior of Light and the Garleans really want the same thing. Like, they both in defiance of the Primals. And the Garleans can't use, you know, magic, which is why they rely so heavily on Magitech technology. But even still, you know, it's hard to convince them to, you know, give up their crusade when they're really just set in their ways. Oh shoot, I got myself stunned. Oh shoot. Alright.
The art of my forebears.
Ah, shoot. Oh, you're kidding me. There's more? Okay, okay. These AoEs are getting a little out of hand. Oh shit. Lady Yogiri's in trouble.
Release.
Ah, shoot. Yugiri's in danger of dying. What do I do? Oh, come on. Tell me this is the last one. Oh, thank God. That would have sucked to do that all over again. That's happened to me before. When the power goes out and stuff.
Gosetsu, thank the heavens.
Oh, Gosetsu.
Yugiri, my friends. The kami were kind to guide your steps this way.
It's over. The Imperials are retreating. I suppose we have you to thank for that. But they would never have come here were it not for her. I had a bad feeling the moment your samurai friend arrived with that woman in tow.
Do not be afraid, Suyu. These people are my friends.
Friends.
Forgive me, but at the risk of souring the mood, I believe you owe us an explanation. You may start by telling us what happened at Doma Castle.
Of course. I'll not begrudge you that. As you know, we were trapped inside the keep when it collapsed. But even as the roof crumbled above us, so too did the floor below. We were swept out into the One River, where we would surely have drowned had a stout wooden door not chanced to float by, offering us a raft of sorts. Exhausted, we drifted out to sea, at the mercy of the tides, which saw fit to dispense us on a desert island.
She was with you the entire time.
Aye. 'Twas her kimono which saved her from Hien's blade, believe it or not. Some Garlean witchcraft in the weave. But it offered precious little protection against the fall. Though she survived, she awoke bereft of all her memories, and speaking like a child.
A trick, surely.
That was my first thought, aye. And I contemplated cutting her down and being done with it. Contemplated it long and hard. Yet the Kami saw fit to deliver us from certain death. 'Twas their will that we survive, both of us, together. And together we shall go before our master. He shall be the one to judge.
Judge what?
She's your prisoner, old man. Do with her as you will. Call her Tsuyu, or whatever else tickles your fancy.
'Twas a name given out of necessity whilst on the road. Nothing more.
As you say. But remember this. Our people suffered much at that woman's hands. When the time comes, I trust you won't let emotion blind you to what needs to be done.
You have my word.
Well, I must be going. I have an unholy mess to clean up. You should be on your way too, before the Imperials decide to take another tilt. Oh, and we'll overlook the tithe this once. You're welcome.
Open the waves. Oh, I never got all the aether currents in this area. Not gonna go looking for them now. I'm just gonna finish this quest, and I think that's where I'll end this. Damn. So, you know, my reaction to this, first for Dola, now Yotsuyu. We're really getting all the bad girls. Here is where we part ways, my friend. I pray the remainder of your journey passes uneventfully. Auric, when you are not otherwise occupied, I would speak with you about my next business venture. It promises to be extremely lucrative, and I do not say so lightly. After the prodigious sum spent on acquiring a certain sword, it would present a fine opportunity to refill the Scion's coffers and restore the smile to Mistress Tataru's face. Oh, come along. Tataru was overreacting. How much could a single katana possibly cost? Far more than you think, plainly. A blade like Kasetsu's is worth a fortune. Enough to buy a house and furnish it. Which you would know had you bothered to check the price. Hello, welcome. This business venture of Sorben's, you will give it fair hearing, I trust. He has been good to us, after all. As for me, I think I shall look into drawing upon my personal funds. Aloha. A proposition you would be a fool to refuse. An auspicious encounter. For the Ruby Sea and all who call her home, we seek the aid of the warrior who laid low the lord of the revel. But first, we bid him make haste to Hell's Lid, and quell the Oni that dwell in its deepest depths. Should he succeed in this test, we shall speak of the true endeavor and consummate reward. A strange proposal, though it must be noted that they know both of your deeds and of our part in them. The Red have no love of trickery, so I doubt it is a trap of theirs. And should this client have honest intentions, then for the sake of these waters, it may behoove us to engage them further. As for their test enclosed with the missive, was a magic dagger, along with instructions of how it may be used to open a hidden passage into the depths of Hell's Lid. I should mention that this dagger is old and exceedingly valuable. That our client was willing to entrust it to us without guarantee of our cooperation bespeaks considerable wealth, and more importantly, considerable reward. If you are willing to undertake the trial, I shall journey to Hell's Lid and prepare to open the path. But given the financial incentive, I think it for the best if I went and fetched Mistress Tataru. Wait for us there, then. Yugiri is eager to see Gosetsu safely back to their master. We must meet Lord Hien as soon as possible, though mayhap not at the Enclave. I will send word requesting that he receive us at the House of the Fierce, where there are fewer prying eyes. If all are in agreement, I shall scout ahead and see that the way is clear. Pray follow as swiftly as you are able, and join on the outskirts of Namai. I do wonder if Yotsuyu ever gets her memory back, if she'll be the same innocent, like, you know, obviously she's not innocent, but, you know, she gonna have this, like, weight of regret over her shoulder like Fordolo does? Or is she just gonna go back to, like, hating old Domans for what they did to her? I mean, you know, it's not uncommon for you to feel bad for the bad guys. Oh, Lord Hien.
My Lord Hien, I am returned.
Save your tears for the morrow. For we who yet walk the path should not think too much on the destination. When the hour arrives, we shall welcome what comes with open arms. And welcome it you did, even as the keep fell down around us. At that moment, in your smile, I spied a shred of hope. One which I have clung to ever since. Gosetsu! Full glad am I to see you alive and well.
We have played this scene before, have we not? Though this time our roles are reversed.
That they are. Meaning you know how I feel? Wholly at a loss for words. Welcome back, old friend. Now then, though we rejoice at your return, it seems you have brought with you certain complication. Rise, my friend. Tell me everything. Empire is bold indeed to send a token force to engage the Confederacy.
As acting Viceroy, Yotsuyu would have been privy to Imperial secrets. The Garleans will not soon give up the chase.
Nay, it will end with her capture, or her death.
You a friend, too?
She claims to have lost her memory, though I know not if she speaks true. I brought her here, that you might decide her fate.
Lost her memory, you say? Regardless, the people have not forgotten. Her face yet haunts their dreams. She cannot roam free. We will hold her here for a time. Place her in Jufia's care, with the express instruction that she is not to be seen.
Yes, my lord. Come.
No, I don't want to. Don't let her take me away!
It's all right, Soyu. I will come with you. Be a good girl, and listen to Yugiri.
From a hound at his throat to a puppy at his heel. If this is an act, it is a remarkable performance.
This is getting more and more interesting every time. I'm pleased to say the rebuilding efforts proceeds apace, and we are now ready to welcome home our countrymen who were displaced by the war. Should they so desire, there is a place here for those who fled to Eorzea. Forgive me, my lord, but Captain Chifuya is nowhere to be found. He was here when I arrived. For now we have taken Yotsuyu to a private chamber and assigned another to watch over her, my lord. But I find it passing strange that the captain should leave his post without nary a word. That does seem most unusual. If you mean to look for the man, we would be happy to assist you. We should be glad of the help. While I search without, mayhap you could ask our soldiers here if they know anything. I will join you. With respect, my lord, you should remain here. Should the Empire move against us, you will be better able to coordinate our response. And there I was thinking I was in charge. But you have the right of it. Go on, I will mind the house. Alright. Well, I'm gonna stop it here for now. I don't want to, but it is getting late. But I don't know, maybe I'll continue this tomorrow. So definitely stay tuned.